Okay, guys, I want us to push and get getting control of that building. Let's go. Fire spot. Let's go. Don, you have a very interesting strategy.
Keeping fire priority?
Yeah, I guess. Alright, let's go. Ah, it looks good.
There are a lot of them in here.
Yeah, holy shit, yeah. Good rocket.
Battlefield 3 is an older game. With the original release back in 2011, it's likely not been installed on your PC for quite some time. It's aged a bit, sure, so it's understandable that this isn't in your library anymore. However, something big is coming. Something that may make you want to install the game again. Let's talk about Battlefield Reality Mod. Welcome to the channel, my name is TACTI. Thank you for clicking on this video. Today I want to talk about something that's been in the works for a while now and is finally coming to fruition. Back in September of 2020, a new Battlefield 3 mod called Reality Mod was teased on YouTube and garnered some huge attention. So I want to take a look at what exactly this mod is going to entail and what to expect with this mod, because they've recently released a gameplay showcase over on their YouTube channel. It's a little sneak peek of what's to come. I've spoken with one of the lead developers or modders or whatever the term you want to use for him is, and the team has some high expectations with this release and with the experience they want to provide. The plan is to bring it here soon, as in like a couple weeks soon. But with a small team, that's certainly not something that's set in stone. So what is Battlefield 3 Reality Mod? We'll start there. If you've ever heard of Project Reality, it's similar to that. Project Reality was a free mod for Battlefield 2 that essentially ended up becoming its own game. It took the basic systems from Battlefield 2 and implemented them in a more realistic military-style game mode on a larger scale than what Battlefield 2 presented in the vanilla game. This project aims to do something similar. This project takes Battlefield 3 and mods it into a more mil-sim experience using the groundwork already provided by Battlefield 3 on the Frostbite engine. Unfortunately, at this time, you're going to need Battlefield 3 Premium in order to play this game. That's the one thing you have to have. The modders have gone through a lengthy process of making sure this game only runs on legitimate copies of Battlefield 3, and this is to avoid any issues in the future, as modding in general can be somewhat of a gray area. Anyways, upon release, the game is going to offer an advanced and secure game mode that will be available on up to 5 maps. You'll likely recognize these maps from the vanilla game, as they're utilizing heavily modded maps from the vanilla Battlefield 3 experience. The areas are just expanded a little bit more in these maps. In the future, I know they're hoping to add some more custom maps into the rotation, so that's definitely something to look forward to as the game or the mod progresses. One of the really cool things about the maps in this game is that they'll have different presets when it comes to different settings for the map, whether that's day, night, evening, fog, one of these things. We'll have to see exactly what that entails when it gets here, but I know in the future they want to have a day-night cycle available for the in-game time. That way the positioning of the sun and the lighting, etc. all change in one specific round. As far as the player count goes, this certainly isn't set in stone, but they're aiming for at least 100, but again, this has yet to be tested. There are currently only around 20 people working on this, and it's going to need play tested much more before they determine the exact number of people on the server. This can also be determined by the pacing of the game as it plays out with that many people on a server. Because as we found out with the release of 2042, more players does not mean a better experience. This will likely also be heavily determined based on the player counts available. There seems to be a lot of hype for this title, so hopefully the player numbers provide a good experience there, but that's another thing we're just going to have to see. In my personal opinion, I've seen more enjoyable gameplay in this short preview than I saw from all the Battlefield 2042 trailers combined. The game mode, like I mentioned, is an advanced and secure game mode where flags can be captured and recaptured back and forth with a ticket system that drains depending on how much each team is competing. The game is going to be primarily infantry at launch, with the exception of transport vehicles and a 50 cal Humvee. So this is going to be a big plus for those of you that are tired of the relentless swarm of vehicles in 2042. Rifles, and more rifles. There will be a class system where you've got a certain number of classes that you can pick from that offers several different rifle setups, though there will be very minimal customization. It just depends on how many players are in your squad and what players have picked what. So again, you'll have a medic class, you'll have a rifleman class, you'll have a marksman or sniper class, something like that, and you won't be able to, let's say, pick the marksman class unless, let's say, 4 people are already in your squad. There will be systems like fob building and spawn points, as well as a new medical system with bleed out mechanics, limited revives, and a respawn system that rewards players for being patient for the revives, and a punishing system for those filthy team killers. Most importantly though, there will be destruction. Thanks to the Frostbite engine, destruction is going to be in this large-scale game. It's very difficult to find something that every person will agree on, but I'm sure there's not a single person out there that doesn't enjoy destructible environments in their first-person shooters. So that will hopefully be an enjoyable feature. Now, I'm planning on hopping into the playtest, so if you're hoping to see what this game looks like, hit that subscribe button down below to keep an eye out for that. I'll post that up when that happens and when the devs feel it's an appropriate build. But overall, I've got a lot of hope for this mod. Again, it may not look the best, but I think this could offer a very unique style of game that the market is really missing right now. As far as the pacing of this game goes, I'm a huge fan of the game Hell Let Loose. I like the way the system works there. It provides a good balance between action and tactics. There can be some downtime in the game, but if you want action, you know exactly where to go. But what I don't like in that game is that it's a World War II shooter, and I'm just more of a modern shooter guy. I enjoy those modern shooters much more than the iron sight shooters from the past. From the looks of this trailer and from what I've learned speaking with one of the devs, this is probably going to offer similar pacing to Hell Let Loose, though without playing it, I can't be certain. I'm going based on a very short trailer and a little info from the devs. So that's certainly a comparison that could be changed. But if that is the case, I think there's a large market here for that style of gameplay. This mod could fill that gap a little bit, as well as the game Operation Harsh Doorstop. These two seem somewhat similar in regards to pacing, though this of course is on the Frostbite engine, so destruction is already implemented, as well as more weapons and just being more completed in general, at least for the time being. Again though, I'm really excited to see this game progress, and I'm really looking forward to hopping into the playtest and just trying everything out. There is a website up to show what's coming, so if you want to check that out, it's linked down below, as well as their YouTube channel to keep up with them. And there is a Patreon to support the project, so if you want to donate to that and get some insider information, feel free to check that out as well. Alright, that's all for now. That concludes this video. As tactical gamers, we have got a ton to look forward to this year. Tactical gaming is looking really good for 2022. Huge things coming with games like Ready or Not, World War III, Operation Harsh Doorstop, Ground Branch, and even some Modern Warfare 2 leaks coming up. So this could be a fantastic year for this first-person shooter genre. I'm really looking forward to it. But that'll wrap this one up, gamers. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you enjoyed this video and this information, hit that like button down below. That's the best way you can support me. Have a great day. Be bold. Be courageous. Stay tactical.